Hey guys, this is Julian. Today we're gonna make a song in Audacity. Okay, so in today's episode, you may be wondering, do I have the audacity to make a track exclusively in Audacity? And I am here to tell you, yes, my friends, I have the audacity. I'm gonna try to keep the Audacity puns and the ironic memes to a minimum. We're just gonna try to write a tune here in Audacity, exclusively in Audacity. We're gonna see how this goes. There's no in-software synths. There's no grids. There's no click track by default. You have to kind of generate that yourself. All you get is this timeline meter thing. So in order to get around this, we're gonna start off. I don't know this program extremely well. Let's actually just browse through and see what we can do here. We can generate chirps, DTMF tones, noise, silence, tone, click track, pluck, risset drum. I think we're going to start with a click track. Let's set the tempo here. Let's do 128. It's easy. I think we're going to go for like a techno tune or something along those lines because we can't really do much with what we have here. All we can generate is tones, noise, and a few other things, but we're just going to go for techno because it's easier. 4 beats in a bar. Yeah, we'll keep it at 16, and then it looks good. Okay. Now we have a click track. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, so because we don't have a grid, we have to kind of finesse one. We have to create it. And to do that, I think we can do an analyze on this track. We're just going to dick around until we can figure it out. Okay, we have some decent effects here. I know you can actually import VSTs. I just don't really care. I want to try to do this with Audacity alone to see if it's even possible. We have analyze, and let's actually do beat finder. Leave the threshold, I guess, the same. I think that'll do it. Okay, yeah, we have like grid now, kind of. We can delete this test tone, I think now. Now we have like this grid to work off of. So I'm going to actually start with some drums. In order to do that, I'm actually going to import some samples I have because there's no way that I can synthesize drums in this program. You can do it, but it just take way too long. I'm going to go into Black Octopus Leviathan. It's my favorite pack. You can grab it through Sonic Academy or whatever through the Black Octopus website. I'm just going to grab any old kick, make a copy before editing. And now we have a kick here. We got to figure out how to copy that and make a drums on the beat here. I think I can just drag it over. Yeah, okay. Then copy with Control C, I want to say. Put the pointer here. Control V. Okay. Yeah, this shouldn't be as bad as I think it's going to be. Just so long as we keep to this grid. The hardest thing is going to be doing the hi-hats because apparently there is no mid grid. We've established this grid by analyzing a 128 click tone, but there is no 8th note click tone. So that we don't have a grid, we have to kind of eyeball it. Just copying here. Dear God. Okay. Go to this channel, paste. And paste it. Paste. I like paste. Paste is good. Okay, so we have drums now. Not my first choice of kick, but it's kind of impossible to switch that now. Let's import another audio thing. So I'm just gonna grab any old clap. Let's say 7. That'll be fine. Let's hope that this sounds good. Clap is first because the hi-hat's going to be in between the drums, and that's going to be a mess. Kind of put that right on the beat. And can I, like, copy a region? I can. That also kind of sucks. I do not recommend Audacity. We can just delete this last one. I think that'll work. Yeah. Okay, we have clap and kick now. Let's play it. Okay, I want to actually compress that clap because it's kind of long and there's no other way to kind of adjust the transient. So we're just going to use a compressor to do that. I'm going to set the threshold relatively low. Let's like say -30. Really high ratio, so we like kind of cut it. Maybe not that high. Reduce the attack time to maybe 70 milliseconds, and then okay. Oh, you know what? That applied it to everything. I have to select only the claps. That'll work. Effect. Compressor. Okay. Now we have a kick and a clap, and the clap is compressed. Kind of. Let's add in a hi-hat. Import audio. Let's go up to the folder here. We'll do Leviathan 2, just because. Now this is going to be the hardest part, because we have to kind of finesse where these hats go, because there is no grid for eighth notes, so we're just going to guess. It's going to be around. Let's actually move this up right there, and then we're going to put it like, I want to say right there. Control C. Let's collapse these channels here. We can actually start naming these. Hat. Alright, so next we're going to add some synthesis with the very limited synthesizers that we actually have. Let's do a generate. Now you may ask, do I have the audacity to utilize a single tone generator, a sine wave generator, to make my synths? And the answer to that question is yes, of course. Let's make it 50 hertz, a little bit deeper. Now we have a tone. Turn that down. Now what makes techno so cool and groovy is the sidechain of the bass. So we're going to actually try to do that here without an actual sidechain compressor. And I'm not going to use something like LFO tool. Let's try to utilize something they have here. I think if I'm correct, this has to be above the channel. We're going to select this track here. Selection tool. Highlight everything, and then do effect, auto duck. We're gonna make sure everything looks good here. I want it to duck like -10. Let's set the maximum pause to 5. Let's set the outer fade length to maybe 2. Without the minute tempo problems, it's sounding pretty okay, I think. Let's actually apply some reverb to that hat here. Reverb. We want the room size to be moderately large, maybe a smaller amount of pre-delay, reverberance up a little bit, dampening up. Low time maybe lower than the higher one. We want this to be a higher reverb. Wet gain up a little bit, dry gain up a little bit. And okay. Sounds decent. We got a hat, a clap, and a kick now. Let's try to do something cool with the saw wave. Add new mono track. We generate tone. Let's do a sawtooth wave. Let's do this at like, what is that going to be hertz wise? Well, this might suck, but I'm going to keep it at 50 hertz because I don't know the key. Frequency to key, you'd have to figure out what frequency in the lows resonates with the higher frequency to get the same note, and I don't want to have to deal with that, so I'm going to leave it at 50. Now we're going to do a low pass on this. Highlight this first of all. Effect, low pass filter here. Let's low pass at like 500 hertz. That sounded pretty good. Turn it down. And then let's drag this above the kick like we did the other one, and let's do an auto duck on this as well. But this time I'm going to take the outer fade length to maybe -0.1. So we're super limited to atonal music here, because if we start to repitch with frequencies, you're going to get out of key. and that is not what we want. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. And now we can start like pulling stuff out and adding things. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna add a second kick in between here. Paste. Oh crap. Stereo track paste. This is gonna be the greatest tune I've ever written in my entire life. So let's do a new channel here. New track, let's do a stereo track. Let's do generate. Let's do noise. White noise. Boom. We got white noise. And let's make like a fade in for this little drop section here. So what I'm going to do is actually go to this tool here, the automate tool. I'm going to set the level here for that, and then I'm going to just drag it in. If I can get that to do it what I want it to do. If I can get anything to work in Audacity at all, and maybe fade it out right here, because we can't use a filter in this program because you can't automate a filter cutoff, so we have to do it with volume. What I'm gonna do actually is use the selection tool here, and then select this, then we'll do an effect. We'll add some reverb, a lot of reverb. Reverberance high, reverb low, high, reverb wet gain higher. Okay, cool. And we're gonna try to side chain this to the kick. Auto duck. Let's set this outer fade time to like 0.03. See if that'll do it. Too much reduction here. Let's set that to -4 decibels, and then that should be our compressor effect. So I think that is our tune. I don't know what else I can add to this, to be completely honest, because I can't synthesize anything, and it's just a pain in the neck to do that. So let me just give this a play. The tempo, like the lack of tempo is so bad. The lack of grid. Alright, so that is making a song in Audacity. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I disenjoyed it. If you have the Audacity, make sure to follow me on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. I make a video every Wednesday and Friday. If you're interested in more videos like this where I go into a crazy DAW and make something half decent, I like to think at least, make sure to give the video a like and let me know in the comments below. I am Julian of Julian Gray Media. I have tons of other videos on my channel. Make sure to check them out, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
There's something flying in the